Alright guys, today we have Dave and Eshwa and we're doing the James Harden draft. The rules are simple. 1. You can pick any of James Harden's current or former teammates to field a team of 6 players, 5 starters and 1 super sub. 2. If a player has played on multiple teams with James Harden, he is able to be picked multiple times. And finally, 3. Your first pick has to be a version of James Harden. Now let's go see who gets the first pick. We usually have trivia to decide who gets the first pick. And Esh, since you are our guest today, you get the first crack at this trivia question I have for you.
Okay.
The question I have for you is, who is the player that James Harden has played the most games with in his career?
Russell Westbrook.
That is incorrect.
Ah,
Dave, do you know the answer to this?
PJ Tucker.
That is incorrect. PJ Tucker has played more games than Russell Westbrook, but that is incorrect. The correct answer is Clint Capella.
Ooh, okay.
what?
Clint Capella. But again, as usual, that is not the trivia question. The trivia question is, Esh, you get the first crack at this. How many games has how many games has James Harden played with Clint Capella?
942.
Okay, Dave, what is your guess?
Let's say like 450.
Yeah, Esh, I don't know what you were guessing. It's 381. It's 381.
Okay, all right. I gave him an extra season.
So that being said, Dave, in good faith, you get the first pick of this draft.
Okay, and by rule, I have to take a version of James Harden first, and I actually think that this one might be a little bit of a surprise to people. I'm taking OKC James Harden. Guy was two-way player. He was a two-way player. Knew his role. We compared him to Manu Ginobili, not just because he was a lefty, but also came off the bench, sacrificed for the team, was a part of that team that made the finals that we thought was just going to run the league for a decade. So much promise. And then he netted a pretty big haul in a trade. So high value player, good player, arguably better player. I'm taking OKC James Harden.
That's so crazy to me. I can't believe you're taking OKC James Harden only because he's the
for basketball of
reasons. I guess I get you. He fizzled out in the finals though, and that was the beginning. We all should have known then about James Harden in the playoffs. But you taking OKC? I think I'm gonna take Rockets one. All right, got some MVP, got an MVP in there, scoring in championships, playing the whole 82 game season, a couple seasons there. He's like an Iron Man. I got to take the Rockets Harden. That's my pick.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take the OKC Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
the OKC version.
The OKC Kevin Durant. This is an MVP. I mean, this guy was absolutely incredible. Again, they made a finals together. He's young. He was basically the proto Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama coming in looking a lot like him at this point. So yeah, I'm going OKC Kevin Durant.
That's a great pick. That's exactly who I was going to go with. OKC Kevin Durant. I guess the next best pick after OKC Kevin Durant is OKC Russell Westbrook. You got to take him because they were a big three together, right? Like you said, going to the finals in 2012, young. And I know it's not the same Russ. Like I'm not getting the same Russ like we know and love, like the triple-double Russ or whatever. But this 2012 version of Russell Westbrook, still a pretty good Russell Westbrook.
I mean, hey, speaking of still pretty good, Brooklyn Kevin Durant was also still pretty good. He was playing at an MVP level. That's why I'm going to take him with my third pick. Fair. Man, it's very fair. It's extremely fair.
Okay.
Hey, Brooklyn Kevin Durant was a half a shoe size away from beating the Bucks, man. Like this guy was still at the top of his game. Pretty unparalleled. Again, just unparalleled player. We've never seen anything like him. And I got two of them. Man, I'm really good at this drafting thing all of a sudden.
Dave, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
I know we're in this era of positionless basketball, but where are these 3 picks of yours playing? Like, is
Well,
OKC
right
James
now-
Harden coming off the bench? Is he the sixth man for you?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the draft shakes out for us.
Where are you
Okay,
going to play
so-
the two Kevin Durants? Are they going to be in the post? Like,
I
who
mean,
are you
they
defending?
may be my 2 and 3. Maybe they're my 3 and 4. You know, they can guard 2 through 5. Maybe I play real small and that's my 4 and 5. Maybe KD are my twin towers, literally.
I mean, I think you're gonna have a hard time guarding guys like Jokic with two Kevin Durants in the post, but
Hey, I just got to beat
Well,
Esh's team.
that's true.
Look, speaking of big man, I guess before Dave kind of comes in here and swoops him up, I got to go ahead and take Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, I mean, he just won MVP. We all see what Joel Embiid can do. Nobody can stop him in the post. He's too big. Him and James Harden had an unstoppable pick and roll in his tenure there. I know it didn't end well, right? Just recently, James Harden getting shipped out of there. But hey, James Harden and Joel Embiid, what a pick. What a thing. Now we got James, we got Russell Westbrook, we got Embiid. I'm feeling okay, even though his two Kevin Durants are down there. It's okay.
Dave, I'm surprised you let him fall this far. I feel like you're a big Joel Embiid guy.
I'm a pretty big Joel Embiid guy, but I'm a bigger Kevin Durant guy. I think if you can get two
If you can
Kevin
have
Durant,
two Kevin
it
Durants,
beats one Joel Embiid. I just, it's math. Just means I need to get the Embiid nullifier. Clint Capella, James Harden's greatest teammate in as far as number of games played, and head to head has played Joel Embiid to a draw. 10 games won for Clint Capella. 10 for Joel Embiid. And in those games, Clint Capella has not only blocked more shots, but he's grabbed more rebounds. And that's what this team needs. I've got Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant. Now I've got a rebounder.
So you're telling me that you're taking Clint Capella because you looked at the head-to-head matchups, and for some reason, the team that Clint Capella was playing on is just even with Joel Embiid. That's your reason?
He has played Joel Embiid head to head to a statistical draw.
What about with James Harden? What about as a Rocket?
Well, now,
So
all right,
got
now that's
that-
a whole nother set of parameters I got to enter in here.
I got a follow-up question to that though, Dave. How much of Clint Capella's future contracts were a
Listen,
result of James Harden?
Clint Capella beat Joel Embiid in a playoff series. Thank you very much. So, just, you know, one of those guys has an Eastern Conference Finals appearance, and one of them doesn't.
Okay, all right. Neither one has a
I
ring.
mean,
though.
I needed a center. Who else was I going to pick? I mean, if he had taken Capella off the board, then all of a sudden, you know, it is Thabo Sefolosha.
I mean, you could have started PJ Tucker as your 5.
No.
All right. Okay, Ash, who would
Yeah,
you like
okay.
with your next pick?
This is where it gets tough. Just to compete with this team here, he's got two Kevin Durants and a Clint Capella. Right now, what I got Rockets, James Harden. I got Joel Embiid. I got OKC, Russell Westbrook, correct? Those are my picks so far.
Yep.
I feel like I got to look toward this Clippers team that he's on now and pick one of the two, Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. Now, here's the thing. Which one's going to be more healthy this year? I think I'm going to take Kawhi just for the fact that he can lock up Kevin Durant. He can put the clamps on him.
One of them.
Yeah, well, which one?
One of them. He can guard one in the first half and guard the other one in the second half. Whichever one's got it going, I'm putting Kawhi on that KD. Probably I'm going to put him on the Thunder KD just because he's a little bit younger. But anyways, that's my pick, Kawhi Leonard.
I will admit that I would have taken Kawhi Leonard if I remembered that we were drafting Clippers. And that's my bad. And in that spirit, I will take Paul George. He's going to be our Klay Thompson. He's going to be running off pin down set by Kevin Durant or Kevin Durant. He's in James Harden as our point guard is going to be a two-way menace with Paul George out there. That's the head of our defensive snake. I think that's as good as a starting 5 as you can get out of this sort of exercise. I'm going to declare myself the winner without even taking a 6th pick. I mean, I don't even know who I would take that would possibly make us better. We can only get worse from here. This is a perfect draft for me.
Yep. This is where it gets kind of tough. I'm looking at a Gerald Green, maybe. I'm looking at a Nick Collison. You remember Josh Smith, specifically from that playoff run where they beat the Clippers in 2015, would be a great pick. But I just don't think
Although
I can
Harden
go with
would
it.
have to be on the bench for him to be really good.
I'm going to go ahead and take Josh Smith. I'm going to take Josh Smith, but it's got to be specifically right there in that 2015 Josh Smith where he got hot and he was hitting. I don't like that pick. I don't like that pick at all. Never mind. I'm switching. I'm taking PJ Tucker. I'm taking PJ Tucker. I'm taking Rockets PJ Tucker. That's what I'm doing. He's going to be my 4. He's versatile. He can switch. He can play defense. He can be the 5 if Embiid goes to the bench. We'll be real small. It worked for them for a little bit, so it can work for me too. That's what I'm doing. PJ Tucker.
Going to take Brooklyn Kyrie Irving. 27, 5, and 5.
Oh,
and those guys, when they played, were unbeatable. Unbeatable. 31 and 10 when they played together. That kind of offense, that kind of creativity, can't overlook it.
Okay.
Now, will he play? I don't know.
He doesn't want to play for your team.
Yeah. You're only getting a couple games from Kyrie if you're choosing that one, right? So I don't know. For me, you're taking Kyrie. I got to take the point guard. I got to take Rockets Chris Paul. Got to.
That's probably a better pick, to be honest with
you. Yeah.
Probably a better
now,
pick.
Is he for sure going to come off the bench? Yeah. No. Well, to be honest with you, I thought about taking Patrick Beverly. I thought about taking Jeremy Lin just to have another point guard. But I was like, none of those worked. I even thought about taking Francisco Garcia because he was knocking down some shots while he was there. But Chris Paul. Chris Paul is my pick. Floor general. He's going to get everybody in shape. And if Russell is not doing what he needs to do, if he's playing too fast and being too hectic, little 2012 Russell I got down there, he's going right to the bench and Chris Paul's coming in and we're going to slow down a little bit and make everybody else spot up and we'll be fine.
Chris Paul was excellent with the Rockets playing with Harden.
Exactly.
We
one
were
game
all
away from the finals.
of it. Yeah, he was excellent. Injuries kind of just derailed him quite a bit, which has been the story of his career. This is why the story, I think, around Chris Paul going to the Warriors this year, it's actually a good one. I mean, it's a ring chase, but I mean, they got him. They're the ones ring chasing instead of him going to this phase of his career where he's hopping team to team. So, and I don't know how much you've seen so far, but looks pretty good. I mean, this guy, the fact that we thought he was washed up when he went to Houston, however many years ago was that? When was that? 2017. Right. Oh, he was the worst contract in basketball. And yet this guy has continued to contribute to winning and now has teams going after him. So yeah, much better pick than my Kyrie pick.
Thanks for giving me that. I really appreciate that. Because I need it. I need it.
So my thing, I have a question for both of you guys. Look at your rosters and answer this question for me.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances in an 82-game season that your roster stays together?
Mine's better than his.
I have at least 2 guys that are going to ask for trade requests. My team is like Sports Illustrated cover. Are we having fun? Okay. I mean, we're winning a title or absolutely going off the rails.
Dave's team is 2K, my team. 100%. He definitely got all those cards from the market.
Yeah.
My team's a little bit more like, this team could actually exist in real life. His literally cannot exist, but it is what it is.
Well, I don't know. I think we could.
Think you can clone KD?
Well, maybe.
It sucks, man. He's got 2
Imagine
Kevin Durant team. That's tough.
A Kevin Durant pick and roll is unguardable.